Hi, today we're talking to Sachin Prabudesai, who heads the sales team at Actis. Sachin has had over 15 years of experience in the AV industry. Hi, Sachin.
Hello.
Sachin, can you tell us what is energy management and how is it essential in the corporate world today?
If you look at energy management, it would comprise of three things: energy production, energy consumption, and eventually the saving of energy. It could be any form of energy consumed for your air cons, lights. So there are two aspects of energy management. One is people need to consider the natural elements here. It could be natural air, natural light, and then we'll build the systems around that. So try and explore maximum out of what is available easily and free, and then build their air cons, the lighting systems accordingly. So all in all, energy management is all about producing the energy, sourcing the energy. Obviously, people look at the consumption. It could be for any and every application, and eventually saving of energy. So these systems are very popular today because people start spending money, and they have a target year on year to cut down the energy bills.
Sachin, what in your opinion are the top 3 tangible business benefits of energy management?
First could be resource conservation. So we're looking at, okay, you have an energy source, but eventually we need to look at how can we leverage that further. So it could be looking at options like solar power, or having the existing energy cut down to a certain level. It could be 10% or 15%. That benchmarks can be set maybe every 3 months, every 6 months, and target typically is to have this managed properly over a period of say 2 years or 3 years. So there's a capital expenditure to have these systems procured initially. Like your capex has to be, there has to be a kind of a period which justifies the investment. Could be anywhere between 12 months to 18 months depending on the usage. So I think that is the most important point. Secondly, cost savings, because eventually all of this is done for some kind of benefit in terms of the recurring expense on the energy bills. And thirdly, it is about the climate protection. We all owe to this nature, and I think overall, to look at reducing the carbon footprint, we all have a responsibility, a social responsibility. So all in all, cost, yes, is the obvious advantage, or people look at these benefits, but we need to look at reducing carbon footprints. Interestingly, I remember one example. I mean, recently the UP government has come up with a scheme where people who invest in green buildings, they would have an extra FSI of 5%.
Wow, okay.
So if you look at the PM's new venture on making 100 smart cities, I think if they adopt this, builders will be kind of encouraged to invest more in these kind of green or platinum green buildings certified. As of now, they don't see any value in terms of investing in these systems, but if they see a benefit which fetches them an additional revenue, I think the political will has to be there, and it has to be encouraged so as to make this world more friendly, more greener.
Correct. How has your team at Actis been helping businesses to implement this?
We work with the clients right from the speccing stage. So when the plans are on paper, we know what is the kind of floor plate they have, what are the rooms. So there are some rooms which have got obvious lighting requirements, like video conferencing and boardrooms. They need some more light, and frankly we can't really save lights or save energy there. But if you look at the rest of the office area, the work hall, the floor plate, toilets, lobbies and all, we can actually cut down the energy consumption as per the time of the day. So we work with the architects or with the electrical consultants right from the beginning, from the planning stage. We help them design the lighting solutions along with the lighting fixtures and the kind of types of lights we can use. It could be LEDs, it could be CFLs. So with that we calculate the overall load factor for a particular floor, and eventually sum it up for the entire building. By that we know what is the probable energy consumption for a particular day. Of course, there are some margins kept for future expansions within that building in terms of lighting loads, and we kind of give them a sample cost for a running cost for the entire month. On the basis of that, we decide what kind of dimming systems we want, what kind of energy management systems we want, and eventually this has to be monitored, because what we do initially is a perception, and that has to be monitored over a period of time, ideally a year, because that gives you an average for 12 months. And I think overall it has to be managed by the client too, because eventually they are the people who are going to pay for those energy bills, so it has to be monitored by them.
Sachin, are there any case studies that you can share with us to exemplify what you're saying?
Sure. I can think of two recent projects which we did. One was in Hyderabad. We built an auditorium, and that's like a huge auditorium by any standard. It's about 2,500 seats with a gallery of 700 on the top.
Okay.
This auditorium is kind of occupied almost all throughout the year for different applications. But there are some events where the auditorium is not occupied fully, and that is the time when we thought we should have a system which can be which can allow the client to use that as per the requirement on a particular day. So we have created presets here, and it allows the user to set the lights according to the audience occupancy in that auditorium on a particular day. So these presets allow you to have the lights in the auditorium, say 30% on, 60% on, and 100% on.
Yeah. Okay.
With that, they can actually kind of cut down on the energy whenever it's not required.
Okay.
Secondly, it's a corporate setup we did in Bangalore, and it's a 9-story setup where, like I mentioned earlier, we worked with them right from the planning stage, and we have created a completely intelligent system, if I can say so, because it has no human element for controls or automation for that matter. And the way it works is we consider all aspects of energy. So we consider the natural light. The building has a glass facade, so we have a certain natural light element all throughout the day. And as per the requirement of the work halls, we have locked it to about 250 or 300 lux, which is the industry standard today. And we have sensors built all throughout the building. So the sensor every say 20 minutes or 30 minutes sends the ambient light within the room or within that area, and if the light is more because of the natural light element, the lights are dimmed, so there's an actual energy saving during the day, and vice versa. So in the evening, if you feel there is no natural light but people are still working, and if they want more light, you can have that light increase to 250 or 300 lux. But as I said, there's no manual element, so no one is controlling these lights. It's all happening on its own. There are motion sensors which detect occupancy, so if there are no people sitting around, the lights will switch off automatically. Again, there is no manual element, so the system works on its own, and the client sees a value in it.
Wow. Thank you, Sachin, for your valuable inputs on energy management and lighting today. Thank you.
Thank you, my pleasure.